Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Well, hello, friends. Welcome to Hy-Vee Today. This is Tony Tone for the 1st of August, a new month, a fresh start. How are you feeling? Can you believe that August is here already? You seem like you blink your eyes, and we went through June and July, especially the weather that we had in June, which was just not the best. A lot of rain. Just kind of made for a wash of a month. But this is it. This is August. We're glad to be with you inside Hy-Vee off Highway 61 here in Muscatine. I want to mention a couple of things before we get to our first guest. Today, being the 1st of August, we've got a really fun one-day sale going on here in the store. And I brought a prop with me. I always forget how heavy a 24-pack of pop is because I don't buy them that often. But you can get a 24-pack of Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, Mountain Dew for $5.99. So that's cheap. Like the price yesterday in our store was $6.99. And I think the normal price is even higher than $6.99. So it was already on sale. And we're really just lighting it up today for $5.99. You can see it on that ad, which is also featured in the Discover Muscatine. I mean, seriously, you want a good workout, just come and awkwardly lift 24 packs of Pepsi. But don't miss out on that. That's a great price, and everything else that's included in that one-day sale is just fantastic. And if you don't want to cook, and you're watching us at some point before 4 or 7 p.m., so from 4 to 7, we've got the Thursday night steak dinner, which makes it easy. You know, maybe you're busy and you don't have time. You can run out here. You can take it to go. You can sit down in the Market Grill Express. 8-ounce steak for $10, 12-ounce for $15. That includes as you can see on the screen right there, potato and vegetable. And the steak comes right from the meat department, so we've already got the best meat in Muscatine. Pair that with some good sides, and you're all set. I would recommend the 12-ounce. I had a 12-ounce New York strip steak from the Hy-Vee meat department on Monday. I grilled it. It was fantastic. And I'm not by any means chef or anything like that, but a little digital thermometer goes a long way. So don't miss out on a Thursday night steak dinner. You'll be good to go. I went to the dog park again last night, so I guess I'm that guy now. And then, there were a couple more dogs there, so that was fun. Again, that is an awesome amenity for Muscatine. If you have a four-legged friend, even if you're in Muscatine County, get online, get that $15 registration, and bring your pooch to the dog park. It is awesome. Okay, this is exciting. So making his debut appearance, and this will be the first of many, I can tell you that much. It's Lieutenant Greg Bach with the Salvation Army of Muscatine. Sir.
Yes.
I'm so glad. You know, we've been Facebook friends. We've been communicating. You're active on social media. Yeah. I'm active on social media. And then I was like, light bulb, come on the show. So here you are. And welcome to Muscatine. Your wife, Elizabeth, and yourself have been here, and you're three. So we have a lot in common. We both have 3 kids, right?
Right, yeah.
And you guys have been here coming up on a month, right?
You know, I think it was a month yesterday, actually. 26.
Fantastic.
No. A month and some days, because today's August 1st, so it's been,
I can't
a little
believe
over a
it.
month.
So I guess in your first month, and again, I've seen all your posts on Facebook, which are great. It seems like you guys are really getting out and about and active in the community. But what have been some takeaways for you with either respects to the Salvation Army or just getting to know Muscatine as you reflect on the first 30, 32 days? So
when you're in the training college and the list comes out of the potential locations where you could go,
sure.
We saw Muscatine was on there.
Okay.
When I first thought, I was like, I've been to Rathbun Lake with my dad when I was a kid, going fishing with the firemen and the kids and all that. But when it started to become a possibility for us, I looked into it, and I found out that Muscatine looks, the economics, the location on the river, is a lot like my hometown of Alton, Illinois.
Perfect.
So I'm from a river town,
sure.
About the same size. The only thing that you guys have that we don't is watermelon and pearls.
That's excellent, though. And I want to back up for a second because I feel like, and you obviously can tell your own story, but it seems like you made the decision to go through, you referenced the training school, but it seemed like before that you had been doing some work for the Salvation Army.
Yeah.
So what changed? What made you want to decide to pursue becoming a lieutenant and then eventually, earning the status of captain? I mean, it seems like a big commitment.
It is.
And I don't know, as an outsider, I have I mean, I'm on the Salvation Army Advisory Board. I've done a lot of stuff, but I don't know some of the ins and outs. So I guess let's go through a little bit of your background. How long have you been with the Salvation Army, and then that decision to kind of take the next step, if you will?
Yeah, I started working for the Salvation Army in northern Michigan.
Okay.
And it was about 2015.
Okay.
We were on staff, my wife and I, at an Assembly of God church. We went to Central Bible College in Springfield, Missouri, with the Assemblies of God. We moved to northern Michigan, and we're on staff at the AG church up there. And the Salvation Army, when we drove through visiting, I told my wife, if I ever move to Sheboygan, Michigan, which is by Mackinac Island, Mackinac City, you know, it's for those Michigan people, like there's the hand, we're right here, very tip of the Lower Peninsula, you know. So I said, I pointed to the Army, I said, I want to work for them. A few years later, we moved there, and they sought me out, and they said, we heard that you worked with people in recovery, we have sober living homes, will you run them for us? And I said, yeah, I'd love to run them for you. So started out with them, doing that, and then eventually we had great success with that, man. Like, people in recovery, I love it. They're probably some of the most self-aware people that you could meet, or people that are really internalizing their recovery and sobriety, and we had good success. So the higher management said, man, you're doing a really good job. The business manager position is open. Will you apply for it?
Sure.
And so I applied for it, and I got it. And I tell you what, the Salvation Army ministry is so different from regular church ministry because it's so hands-on.
Sure.
It gets you out of the office. It gets you into the streets. It gets you.
Look at these guys over here.
Hi,
guys.
That's my family. It gets you. It gets you
the
talking.
Fam's here. Yeah. So sorry. So that's great. Everybody's hanging out. I love it. So it gets you. I like what you're saying, and it's true. And I think that for a lot of people, and I'm not interrupting. We're doing a live show. People walk by. It's your family. It's great. It's fantastic. That's the whole point of doing a show in a grocery store, right? You never know who you're going to see. There are so many services that the Salvation Army provides people. I mean, you just talked about helping people that were breaking, addictions, and I think that's one of the things that I think you'll do a really good job of is just telling people, here's exactly what we do.
Yeah.
We can touch and help a lot of different people going through different challenges or struggles, or if you just need a place to come on Sundays. Right? But I think that can sometimes be lost, is like, what's exactly going on?
Yeah.
And you hit the nail on the head, right? The ministry is very different, and it is super hands-on.
It is very hands-on.
Right? So when you took that business manager role, how long did you have that before they were ultimately like, all right, Greg, here's the thing. You're doing a really good job. We want you to go into the training school, man.
There was actually no pressure from Salvation Army to do that.
Good.
So the pressure was me to my wife, because she comes from a family of Assembly of God ministers. So she was in her niche in the Assemblies of God, and we love the AG. The only reason we left is because we felt the calling to come to Salvation Army. And she said, there is no way that I'm going to leave my job in the Assemblies of God and join the Salvation Army. Because when you want to become an officer, you have to go as a family if you're married.
Right.
You can't be like, have a dual, like she does one job and I do another.
That's right.
Outside the Army. You have to be together. It took her a year to do it.
Wow.
So I was actually afraid to tell my boss, like, hey, I think that I feel like God's calling me to go into the Salvation Army as an officer.
Sure.
And so when I finally told them, they were like, yeah, we kind of knew that was going to happen. We knew it.
That's awesome.
So, but once you get the taste of that tangible, hands-on ministry, and you see somebody's life change because of something you can help them with, man, it's like you just want to keep on doing it, because it's just like, well, it's our slogan. It's doing the most good. Doing the most good.
100%. So the training, and again, I don't know, so I'm going to ask. And for everybody watching, I think this is fascinating, because this is a conversation that we haven't had in the past on this show. What's that process like to go from how long did it take? We got to see the video from when you guys were basically told where you were going, the assignment for Muscatine, which was really exciting. But what was that process like to get prepared for that moment? How long was that?
First of all, it's in Chicago, Illinois. Right?
Love it. That's my hometown.
So the central, is it?
Yeah.
So we were at the corner of Halstead and Addison.
Excellent. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So 2 blocks from Wrigley Field, right in the middle of Boys Town.
Sure.
So it was a great opportunity to get out there and just tell people that it doesn't matter where you come from, what your lifestyle is, what your orientation is, whatever. We're here to serve you any way we can if there's an opportunity to, if there's a need. So it's a 22-month training program.
Oh my gosh.
That you go through. Let me tell you, I don't think I got any sleep in that 22 months, because when you're right there in Halstead,
it's busy.
There's
busy. A lot going on. There's a lot
busy.
of people in just a few city blocks. City blocks are a lot larger the normal size blocks,
Right.
right? But 22 months is a long time.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You know what's cool about that though is that it was 22 months of the Cubs.
Right.
So to sit and watch the game on TV,
Right.
and you hear it before you see it.
Right. You hear the reaction from Rick.
And you can hear the "Go Cubs Go,"
Oh, that is super
chant
cool.
like the song when they win
Yeah.
the game. Yeah, that was cool.
So you get through the 22 months, and then it's literally a ceremony where. Did you not know until that moment? You're on stage, and they're like, "All right,
Yeah.
Elizabeth and Greg, you're gonna go to." I mean, is that how much of a surprise it was?
It was. Let me tell
oh
you.
my
So
gosh.
that list comes out
Yeah.
where the open locations are. So there
Sure.
was Farmington Hills, Owasso, Michigan, those
Okay.
Michigan places.
Sure.
St. Charles, Illinois, St. Charles,
Yeah.
Missouri, Muscatine.
Sure.
There were locations open, and so we all kind of like got together and said, okay, who do you think out of our session is going to go where?
Yeah.
So we automatically got pegged for Muscatine, and I was
Okay.
cool with that, right?
Sure.
So, but you don't know for sure until that day.
My
So if I
gosh.
didn't want to come to Muscatine, Iowa,
Yeah.
I better have put on a good face.
Right.
But that's not the case
You
because
did.
we wanted to come here because
And
it was
your
like my hometown.
reactions were genuine.
Yeah, oh,
And
yeah.
just seeing your wife and your kids walk past, I think what you're going to find, and you've probably experienced this already, is, and you know this from where you grew up in this type of a town, this small town. Somebody said this to me the other day. They like coming to a place like Hy-Vee because people actually say hello and talk to you. You get into a bigger city, whether it's a grocery store, gas station, mall, everybody's head in their phones. Nobody communicates.
Yeah.
Nobody says good morning, how you doing? There's none of that. Whether it's, genuine or not, it just doesn't happen, which is a bummer. And I hope that you've experienced some of the genuine qualities that because I've been in Muscatine now, this is August, 7 years.
Yeah.
And I've had opportunities to leave and travel and, turn down some good opportunities because I'm all in for Muscatine,
Yeah.
right? So I just hope that you guys have experienced that already. But I'm almost kind of jealous because you get to experience a lot of firsts, right?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you've
yeah.
really immersed yourself. I know that you've taken it upon yourself to get the Salvation Army as a member of the Greater Muscatine Chamber of Commerce
Yep.
and Industry. You've been to a lot of events. And that's just important, right? Is to jump in with both feet.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Yeah. Well, because especially when you're going to a new community that you don't really know anything about. I knew that it was a lot like my hometown. I knew that we wanted to come here, but
Sure.
other than that, it's not my hometown.
Correct.
It's different than the people that I grew up with, that I know, that I'm familiar with. So getting here, one of the first things I checked was, before we even got here, are we members of the chamber?
Sure.
Because that's local economy. That's
Yep.
local. That's our friends and neighbors that have businesses. And so for us to expect support from the community, I feel like we have to support community.
100%.
Yeah, so it's giving back. And one of the first things my wife said whenever we got here was, I can't believe how friendly these people are. And so it's weird being at a green light if
Yeah.
you don't go in the first 10 seconds, not getting the horn blasted at you.
Absolutely.
Like in Chicago, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here people are like, oh, yeah, no, you can go.
If
go ahead.
anything, there's that awkward that Midwest I don't know if I should go. I hope you experienced the roundabout on Cedar Street.
Oh,
That's a whole
yeah.
other thing Muscatine's trying
Yeah.
to grasp. I just want to mention a couple of things on Facebook. Billy Turner says, hi, Greg Bach. Megan Francis, who's a good person to know, works at Sunnybrook Nursing and Assisted Living place in Muscatine. Wonderful person. She says, so excited to have Greg's energy in the Muscatine community. Excited to work together more and can't wait to see you and your wife at the Wii
bowling
Challenge.
tournament. Yeah.
Okay, now this is probably your first Wii bowling at Sunnybrook, right?
It is. Are they pretty serious
Let
about
me
it?
tell you, just be prepared to lose. They've
Oh.
got people out there at Sunnybrook that are rolling 300 games on the Wii bowling. I come in as the trash talker because that's what I do.
Do
Right?
they have cheat codes or something?
They don't
How do
have cheat codes. They just have a lot of
get
practice.
300s?
It's so much fun. Dickie Vetter and Alan and everybody out there. You'll have a good time. You'll try your best. And I'm telling you, I watched one of the guys roll a perfect game. And I've done it like 4 times. But all the best. This is that squad at Sunnybrook. And I'm
Wow.
telling you, Lieutenant, they're unbelievable
Wow.
at the Wii bowling. I'm so excited you guys are doing it.
Yeah,
It's
we're
such
doing
a fun
it.
thing
They
to be able
emailed,
to
and
do.
of course, yeah. Anything
right?
we can do to get in the community, man,
Oh,
and just
it's awesome.
let people know that that's what we're here to do, to make
Yeah.
relationships and to let
Absolutely.
people know that if they need help, we're here to do it.
So, okay, can we kind of explain locally Muscatine Salvation Army? People may know the location, but services. opportunities that are provided there,
Yep.
things that you want them to understand. And then I want to talk about some of the family stuff that you have coming up. But as far as what's out there for people
Yeah.
that are watching this and going, yeah, I know about the Salvation Army. I drop some money in a kettle when it's around the winter. But what else is happening out there,
Sure.
on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah.
So can we walk through some of that?
Yeah, man.
Sure.
So the first thing starting up right off the bat, well, right now we're in our day
Kids zone,
camp.
yes.
Yeah, Kids Zone day
camp is
camp.
awesome.
And we have 40-something kids enrolled
Wow.
for that. And they do
So
field
great.
trips. So we're
Yeah.
excited to continue that. That ends, and then school starts. I mean, right away. So
Yeah.
August 26th starts our character building programs. We have programs for the little guys, programs for the teenagers. So yeah, that's the after school program.
It's incredible.
Signups are now. So if you want to sign up for for the after school program, contact the Salvation Army on our Facebook page.
I
You
was
can
gonna
message
say,
us.
There's Mary, our friend Mary Darnell is watching right now.
Hey,
She's
Mary.
wonderful. She's a great resource. You have a lot of good people. You inherited a Salvation Army that is well supported.
Yep.
Always opportunity to try different things and grow and serve the community. And if it's just awareness, but you really have some good people.
Yeah.
Sissy's unbelievable, and Mary, and your board is great and knowledgeable. And yeah, I like what you've done since you've been here already. Again, Lieutenant, only been here, 33 days, but you already had a family movie night, and you have another one tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's also about just inviting people to come down
Yeah.
and understand, like, hey, we got something going on. You can bring the family, come out, enjoy a movie with us.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
just like,
the
the first time you did that, I was like, that's perfect. Like, it makes total sense. There's
Yeah.
the Facebook event.
Yeah.
The first one you did with the Lion King, I believe. The
Yeah.
original.
The original.
We didn't
yeah,
have like a bootleg of the
No,
new
there was no
one.
bootleg copies. Salvation Army did not bootleg
Right.
a copy of The Lion King.
So we had the original Lion King, and then what are you guys showing?
Yeah, so we're
tomorrow?
gonna split it up this time. We have the movie Breakthrough.
Perfect. Okay.
It has the girl from This Is Us.
Okay,
I
yeah,
believe.
absolutely.
Yeah, and it's about the kid that fell through the ice in St. Charles,
Yes,
Missouri.
I remember that, yeah.
He was dead for like an hour.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Yeah, she just prayed and he came back. It was a miracle.
Incredible, yeah.
He came back to life. For the kids, we'll have the movie Wonder Park.
Great. That's
Yeah,
a fun one.
It's a fantastic movie, so I might sneak
Yeah.
into that one and watch that one with the kids.
Good.
Listen, unlimited popcorn. We got a popcorn machine
Oh,
now,
that's
so we have
fantastic.
unlimited, like movie theater style popcorn.
Right.
Concessions for the family for $5.
Wow.
So if you want to come and not get concessions, come on down. It's a free movie.
That's absolutely great, right? And again, I appreciate your spirit of wanting to do things like that. As much as you can take care of people, help them through hard points in their life, and be a good resource for them. It's
Yeah.
also about, like I said, being able to open your doors and say, hey,
Yeah.
come on in on a Friday and hang out, and
Yeah.
we're going to have this offering for you, right?
That's one of the things that a territorial commander, so the guy that's over all the 11 states that encompass the Central Territory,
Sure.
that's one of his big things is make room. There's always room for another person at the table.
Sure.
There's
Yep.
always room. Be welcoming, open up the doors, and just let people know that we're here
Yep.
for them. If it wasn't for the people here, there'd be no reason for us to be here.
Right, absolutely. That's a good point. If there wasn't a need,
Yeah.
the Salvation Army would cease to operate in Muscatine. But
Yeah.
you've been here over 150 years.
Yep.
And the reality is that there is a great need, and we know that.
Yeah.
Before I get to what's coming up that'll be a first-time experience for you, for your wife and yourself, this weekend, I believe, helping out with some river flooding and some cleanup with the United
Yep.
Way. I know that the Community Foundation of Muscatine and Charlotte, I don't know if you met Charlotte yet, she's awesome.
Maybe.
United Way does a great job. And then Rebuilding Together Muscatine County, Frank Iliff and his crew, they literally go to people's houses and help them stay in their homes. I saw this last night on Facebook, and I was like, this is great timing. But I didn't know that the Salvation Army was involved.
Yeah.
So again,
Yeah.
this is a great way to show how everybody can work together for a common good cause.
You know,
right?
this happened. We got involved because Nicole
Yes.
brought down the stuff from Hy-Vee.
Sure.
We get bread from Hy-Vee and
Yep.
sweets to give out during the day.
Sure.
From 10 to 12 and then 1 to 2.
Right,
And then
good
get
call.
sweets from
Yeah.
we get it from Hy-Vee. And we got all this stock of push brooms and regular brooms and mops. And I said, hey, do you know any small businesses in town that need some janitorial supplies? Because we got a bunch of them. And she goes, I can check, but we're doing a river cleanup on Saturday.
Awesome.
Do you guys have supplies for that we could use? And I'm like, you could just take what we have. And then we have the flood cleanup kits that we've had on our shelves
that's
for months. And I'm
fantastic.
going, this is perfect.
Right.
This is perfect. So they have bottles of bleach, they have gloves, they have another broom, they have paper towels. They have just rags, whatever they need to do with the flood cleanup. And my family will be here. My family from back home is coming,
cool.
so they can help out too. We're going to do lunch as well for the volunteers. So,
and I don't know if where you grew up, Alton, Illinois, is that where you said?
Alton,
I'm assuming
Illinois.
It's down south.
Yep, it's 15 miles northeast of St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, wow. That would explain a little bit of the accent that you have. A little bit. I fight the Chicago accent, right? You heard a lot of that when you were there. But no, did you experience flooding is what I was getting at.
Oh, man. So
you can empathize with the people in Muscatine. You know, the thing about living in a river community, unless you have the flood walls and protection, is this is a reality that a lot of people deal with.
That's true.
Is flooding, and it can be a challenge.
Yeah.
So,
So we had, in Alton, we just had another historic flood.
oh, jeez.
So when you come across the bridge from Missouri into Alton, you'll see the big ConAgra like silo, right?
Sure.
So there's a black mark on the wall from the flood of 1976. Sure. And that was a historic flood from 1976.
Wow.
And then 1993's flood is above that, the big red line. So this flood we just had in this spring, it was between the black and the red.
Oh my God.
So it was almost at 1993 levels. So it was very devastating.
And I think we're looking at a little aerial
that's
shot
Alton
of
right there.
Alton right there. So
so that's the amphitheater. That circle part right there is the
gosh, yeah.
amphitheater. The bridge comes across the bridge right there. And then if you go to the left a little bit, you'll see the big white silos. That,
I can't believe it. So that was probably all underwater, right?
That was all underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then here's the cool thing is that the city, because they know that it's a floodplain and it's going to flood every so often, they built this super wall.
Cool. Yeah, sure.
That actually protected the downtown area.
That's
They got
excellent.
decimated in 1993.
Sure.
The only thing they got touched was Alton Bell Casino and the amphitheater.
Oh my gosh. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, they put in like a temporary structure.
They did, and
Stanley Engineering and
it
Stanley
helped.
Consultants in Muscatine, that's one of the things they do. Like Davenport around the baseball stadium has a super cool wall that they put into place that was designed by a Muscatine company. So you can understand, again, people dealing with floods and challenges, and it makes sense. And that's a great connection. Nicole Sorgenfry with the United Way, coming down to the Salvation Army. You guys will be fast friends, right?
Yeah.
Nicole's on this show all the time. And it's a good example of organizations working together. Because ultimately, Lieutenant, we need to take care of people always. Like the goal is to never be able to say no.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, we always want to be able to meet the need.
Sure.
Because, I mean, in the scripture it says if you have the means to meet it and you don't, then you're in sin.
Sure.
Well, we want to always be able to meet the need if we can. In fact, we were giving out cold water on those very hot days, right?
Yeah, that's excellent.
We were down on the riverfront, and I was going live on Facebook, and they saw us from the other way, right?
Cool.
Right across the street from where we were. And they came across with a big case of water and said, we just want to help out.
That's awesome.
So that was my first experience with those United Way folks. And so now this partnership with cleaning up the flood. So, man, and I commented on their status. I said, living united and doing the most good together. It's really what it's all about.
It flows well together.
It does.
It's absolutely fantastic. And another part of that, again, is Frank Iliff. And I don't know if you've met Frank with Rebuilding Together Muscatine County. You will on Saturday. Great guy, even better mustache. And he literally, and he'll appreciate that, trust me, he's a friend. Rebuilding Together Muscatine County, you know, one day a year, they go out and do these projects where they're literally helping people stay in their homes, right?
Yeah.
They do a lot of custom wheelchair ramps and, you know, modifying bathrooms and helping the elderly. And Frank is a great person. He just retired. There's Frank the Tank right there.
Oh, I have met him.
Got more of a beard now.
I know the face more than the name then. Yeah.
He's got more of a beard now, but he had a whimsical mustache for a while. That's a guy that cares a lot. And look at what their slogan is. It just needs done. So we're talking about we've identified 3 great organizations that have essentially the common goal of serving their community, and they're all going to be coming together this Saturday. And I would say this, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're available to help this Saturday,
come
I'm assuming if you're handy or just a brute force and you can lift things and help.
Yeah, there's a number there to call and let them know you want to come help.
It's excellent. All right.
It's funny you mentioned that because that's something that the founder of Salvation Army told his son was, you saw the people in England living under the streets in the wintertime and you did nothing to help them. He said, Bramwell, do something.
Right.
Just do something. And that's what really we want to do is just do something.
Literally, do something, try. And that's what I encourage people, you know. And the thing that we know about this community, and you'll quickly learn, is we've got this great thing called 2 Weeks of Love coming up. There's my boss, Matt, right there. He's a good guy. You'll get to know Matt. So we've got this thing coming up called 2 Weeks of Love locally. And the first week, there's this giant Hawkeye wrapped truck from Tantera Transportation. They bring it to our parking lot here at Hy-Vee, and it's empty. The giant semi-tractor trailer it's empty. And by the end of the week, in just 5 short days, it's to the brim full of food. Right, and then that food gets delivered to the
Okay,
Salvation
I've heard
Army.
about this.
And what I have
a big deal, man.
lovingly referred to as a food bomb, because it's an opportunity for the community to help restock the food pantry at the Salvation Army, which we know serves a lot of people. And it'll be wild to see your reaction to this. You've done a lot of good with the Salvation Army. You've slept in a giant red kettle.
It was massive.
Okay, this is a little bit of what I'm talking about. So here's that's one picture. That was a perfect picture, right? So that's the second week. The truck goes to Krieger's down the street, and it's emptied out, and then we fill it with toys. And then we're able to help kids in need get toys for Christmas that would otherwise have got nothing via the Salvation Army. You'll have a list. You've got the angel trees. So this is a big campaign that Muscatine has stood behind. It might be the 20th year this year, and I just can't wait to see your reaction, because I have the same. I used to work at the radio station in town and spent 5 years. Sometimes you were literally freezing for food. This past year it wasn't that bad, because it's sort of like at the very end of November. Like last week of November, first week of December, food drive, toy drive. But that's kind of a glimpse of what I'm talking about. So
that's a catchy slogan, freezing for food. Maybe we can use that.
I should trademark it.
You should trademark that.
No, I'm just kidding. But it's all about helping out Salvation Army, food, toys. It's great. And then one of the things that we did, and I'm not going to put you on the spot, but you also don't strike me as the type of person that would turn down a challenge. You slept in a red kettle.
You know,
there's a giant red kettle. How many nights?
Red kettle, 4 nights. And I had a free but you know what? That's what we had to do to raise the money we were short. So.
And that's exactly it, right? The Red Kettle campaign and the goal for Muscatine is always significant. And I just like that you were like, yeah, I'll sleep in the red kettle. Look at this. There you are inside the kettle.
You know what's funny is nobody thought I was going to do this. I called my boss. I called the divisional commander and told them all. And they're like, yeah, okay. Red kettle, yeah, you can use it from Petoskey, no problem.
Oh, my gosh.
And then when they saw it on my Facebook live feeds and then on the news, they were like, whoa, you're really doing this thing.
Well, I will say this, and we were talking a little bit about this off the air, but if there's an opportunity to get a giant red kettle here, I will gladly join you in there, because what we did last year was 12 hours straight of bell ringing. It was called the Battle of the Bells, and former Lieutenant Lopez, Christian Lopez, and myself, we manned the kettles in both entryways here at Hy-Vee, and for 12 hours, 5A to 5P, we rang, and we did about almost, I think it was like $6,000 in one day. And
it took me 4 days to raise 10, so let's do 12 hours of
whatever you want to do is fine. But what I did is I reached out, because I have some friends, and I reached out to some businesses that matched, and that was awesome. Cool. But it's really about that individual that makes a choice to help, and that's what I always stress to people is there's a lot of support that can come from business and industry, and Muscatine is chock full of that. But Lieutenant, ultimately, it is that person that makes that decision to make a donation monetarily or of their time. The thing that we need to do a better job of, and I say this for myself as well, is, there's such an opportunity during that Red Kettle campaign, but then afterwards, what happens? What does the Salvation Army need? And that's where I definitely want to lean on you to help identify some needs. But we had some great media coverage from WQAD Channel 8 in the Quad Cities, came out and did some live shots during the Battle of the Bells. And it wasn't about who won or lost. But I will say this, I do talk a lot of smack. I'm from the Chicago area, so I do. I think the lieutenant won. I feel like people were stacking the kettle.
No, I asked and they said you won.
Did I? Maybe I was being modest. But ultimately, the Salvation Army won.
There he is.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's true. The people won. The people in the community won, because we were able to help those folks.
Absolutely.
That was something that was important about the kettle I stayed in. It was the people who couldn't give in the kettle during the day, the people who couldn't bell ring. They were the folks that came to me. I probably had about 80 cups of hot chocolate.
Wow.
Because they would come and they'd say, we can't afford to give a lot of money, but here's a cup of hot chocolate for you.
That's awesome.
Here's a plate of our family dinner tonight.
Wow.
We can't ring the bells. We can't afford to give it, but here's a hot plate of food for you.
Sure.
Keep on doing what you're doing. We're rooting for you. And that's what it's about.
Excellent. Yeah, no, I love it. And I think around, year round, right? We're sitting here August 1st.
Yeah.
Salvation Army is active and is busy, just like you will be in September and October,
right,
ramping up for the Red Kettle campaign. But again, it's just important to note, we talk about the Kids Zone camp that my son Henry is at, loves it. Eric Urington is another great resource that you have that's been there for just a couple of years.
Yeah.
In that camp.
30, I think?
Well, I wasn't going to say
like
lieutenant, but a couple. Eric, he said it, not me. But no, I'm just saying, like, there's so much that happens. And again, if people just sort of think about Salvation Army during that Red Kettle campaign, and that encourages them to give, that's fine. But I just want them to be aware that you're helping people around the clock. Look at the size of that kettle, though, Lieutenant.
It's massive. The Ironworks, Moran Ironworks Company built that. Their students built that, I think, for the Petoskey Salvation Army. It was massive, and it opened up. So if it got too, the elements came, I could go under in that kettle. But then it started filling with the water and stuff because it was,
Okay, so we'd be looking for options. We have some talented people, some businesses locally that could craft some type of what about a Red Kettle hot air balloon? There's a Red Kettle bounce house, I think, that you have access to. Not that would be the best in the winter, but I'm just saying, like, whenever the occasion. Okay, so as we wrap up, and again, you'll be back on the show, which is a fact. I mean, as long as that's okay with you.
No, man, it's been good. It's been great.
Bring your significant other, Liz.
Yeah, she was running to Chicago today for Central Music Institute. So
that's awesome.
Taking kids to that.
We just saw the family earlier walk past as they were heading out on the road. So we're happy to have you in town. If you need anything, we're a resource. You've had great coverage in the Muscatine Journal and the Discover Muscatine, and people want to know what's happening so that they can help. And if there's ever an instance, and you'll do this already, but I'm just telling you, like, if the Salvation Army has identified a need, just put it out there. Like, you will, and people will hear and heed the call, right? So I just want you to feel like you've got that support, and it seems like just in the first 30 plus days you felt it, but it's here and it's real. And I also know that part of this journey for your wife and your family and yourself is, Muscatine might be a stop along the way for 5 or 6 years, and then you get
hopefully
the call.
longer.
So, hopefully longer. I'm not really sure exactly how it works. But yeah, we would love you guys to be here as long as you're called to, and you'll progress along the way and get that rank of captain, which is cool. Do you ever think you'd be called Captain Bach?
I'm already being called Captain Bach. My grandpa was a riverboat captain.
That's cool.
My dad was Chief Bach. So I'm, captain to major. I want to get somewhere in between there, and then I'll feel like I fit in with my family who's all have those cool titles, I was
going to say, well, you have a good one now. Lieutenant Greg Bach, Salvation Army Muscatine. Been in town over a month, doing good work already. Again, if you want to get connected to the Salvation Army, if you want to bring your family Friday night, tomorrow for the free family movie night, help out with river cleanup on Saturday. Learn more. You want to, I always say this, and I kid, but I mean it. If you find yourself with a giant Scrooge McDuck vault full of money and you want to donate some money to the Salvation Army,
we'll gladly take it from you.
Right. I'll have a novelty check made. If one of you is like, you know what, I got all these gold bars I've been hanging on to. Could you use them? I'm assuming the answer would be yes. We'll happily take it.
It would be a resounding yes, please.
Because it's also nice to know that Salvation Army does the most with each dollar that comes in, and I say that as someone that literally counted Red Kettle money. So I try to be as hands-on as I can. And
did you have any cool Red Kettle finds in those kettles?
We did. There were some awesome coins.
When does Nate?
And then you just find like a surprise check for $500, and it's unbelievable.
It's encouraging, isn't it?
Yeah, it is really encouraging because again, it's helping people that need it in our own backyard, and that's what's important. Well, I appreciate your time.
Man, this has been good. Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here, Lieutenant Greg Bach, Salvation Army Muscatine. We just showed you all the different ways to get in touch, and I hope that you do. And even if it's to give of your time or your resources or whatever, you just make a call. You stop down. Right. I mean, centrally located, easy to find, and I'm just happy that you guys are here and that you've hit the ground running. I think that's what you have to do.
It's what you have to do to know your community.
That's excellent. All right, well, look for Lieutenant Greg Bach and his wife Liz and the kids out and about. Say hi to them, welcome them, and if you need anything from the Salvation Army, please reach out or refer people that could use the support, and they'll continue doing the most good. I appreciate your time.
All right, thank you.
All right, we'll go to the CBI Bank and Trust aisle camera, and we'll get the lieutenant out of here since he has to go run the Salvation Army, of course. Who's running it if he's here? Not me. I don't have the keys, I don't think. And we celebrate National Girlfriend Day. So that's one of the things that we do on the show is we tell you what day it is. And the 1st of August is a couple of things. I actually left a prop near the set. And we'll do this. So let's do a little, Chad, let's do a little TV magic here. Let's put that prop in the cart, and then we'll send Steve towards Wine and Spirits, and then he'll emerge already having the prop in the cart because we know that the signal will just take us towards the entryway of Wine and Spirits before it cuts out. So it is Respect for Parents Day. How about that? August 1st is Respect for Parents Day. If you're fortunate enough to still have your parents with you, you talking to them, and do you respect them? I'm assuming the answer is yes and yes. So shout out to my parents, my mom, Sheila. My mom spent her whole life in Oak Park outside Chicago, moved to Muscatine 2 years ago. She's wonderful. And shout out to my dad, John, who is a retired Chicago police officer and still in the Chicago area. Wants nothing more than to live near water. Keep telling him there's a giant river in my backyard. So thanks to my parents, and I hope that you're respecting your parents on Respect Your Parents Day. It's also National Raspberry Cream Pie Day. Oh, so maybe you feel like, I don't know if I've ever had a raspberry cream pie, but I would take one for the team if I needed to. And that's what I'm always willing to do here at the Hy-Vee. If somebody needs something sampled, I mean, if, crack open a Pepsi, it's a good price today. Don't forget that. We got that one-day sale as well. And then, yes, if you are celebrating Happy Girlfriend's Day, we've got the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam set up in aisle 10 with the greeting cards. You can see it right there. And visit CBI Bank and Trust in their various locations, including places like the Super Bank here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. All right, so we're going to send the Toyota Muscatine cart cam in just a second. In the meanwhile, remember, today only, it's a good workout, $5.99. Pepsi 24 packs, Diet Pepsi, Mountain Dew. If we've got a 24 pack and it's a Pepsi product, it's $5.99 today, and it's a good workout. And Delmer was just curling these off camera, weren't you? He was doing it. He was doing cheese curls too. How was that? Would you say that joke was Gouda? Yes! Thank you. I'll be here all day, at least till 4. All right, very good. So, and the last thing I'll say that the 1st of August is also National IPA Day, right? So if you are an IPA beer drinker, hello, Wine and Spirits here at Hy-Vee is jam-packed full of great options for you. All right, so, hey, there's Rose. We got Rose on the cart cam and Pam. Got them. Got them working hard. Oh, yeah. Nobody's spared with the Toyota Muscatine cart cam. We will find you. It's literally a camera mounted to a grocery cart, see? All right, so here goes Steve heading towards Wine and Spirits for National IPA Day. I hope that you celebrate IPA Day responsibly. Don't have too many IPAs, y'all. Somebody take this fly with you, will you? It's just bugging me. All right. It's a souvenir. We'll put a little leash on them. You have a... Hey, true story, by the way, if anybody sees a leash at the corner of Mulberry and 61, that's mine. It fell off the roof of my car as I was driving to work this morning. I forgot it was there. I sent my wife a text and I said, we need a new leash. And she said, why? And I said, because I just watched it fall off the back of the car. So it didn't cause an accident. One of those plastic retractable leashes. We'll get another one. I probably sell them here in the store in aisle 16. But I watched it fall off the back of the vehicle. So I accidentally littered. All right, so Steve's going to hang a Roscoe right there, and he's going to show you the entryway to Wine and Spirits. And then, Steve, if you want to maybe slow down for a second, because we know that the signal, we're testing the limitations. Now, watch this magic, friends. This is television magic here. Steve is going to show you a 6-pack of IPA beer from our friends with the Iowa Brewing Company, because just like if you're watching a cooking show and they start making something and they pull it out of the oven, we can tell you about going to Wine and Spirits and getting a 6-pack of beer. And then look at that! Out of nowhere, seemingly, Iowa Brewing Company and their Zoinks Session IPA made in Cedar Rapids. That's a good beer. We've talked to the brewer on this show. I can't remember his name, but I think he had a cool beard. I feel like if you're brewing beer, cool beard, brewing beer, they go hand in hand. So that's very good. And Steve, if you want to bring that back to the set, I could probably find a good home for that later. Celebrate IPA Day. I would also encourage you to think local, drink local. That is made in Iowa. We have a ton of locally made Iowa beers, Illinois beers, and of course our friends at places like Contrary Brewing Company. making very good beer in downtown Muscatine. All right, very good. So let's mention a couple of things, and then we'll wrap up. I mentioned the one-day sale, right? Hey, listen, it's on that back page of the Voice of Muscatine, and it's got things like 24-pack of Pepsis, Diet Pepsi, Diet Mountain Dew, regular Mountain Dew, $5.99. That's $1 cheaper than we were yesterday, and it's an unbelievable price for y'all, so don't miss out on that opportunity to save. And you can also score some wine and spirits deals. So if we scroll down on that advertisement, you'll see you can get things like Miller Lite, Coors Light 12-pack, $7.99. You can save $3 essentially when you make a $3 meat purchase. So look at it this way. Go to the meat department. Say you want to get 3 brats. That's $3. The price on your Miller Lite, Coors Light 12-packs become $7.99. How about a free small bag of ice when you purchase an 18-pack of Budweiser or Bud Light? That's fantastic. PBR 12-pack, $6.99. Must buy 2 of those. PBR, I like it just fine if it's cold enough, but not my first choice, but I'm glad we got it at a great price for all you PBR drinkers out there. Freeze vodka, 1.75 liter, $9.99. Altos Tequila and Reposada, silver or Reposada, $14.99. And then what about Meridian Wine? $3.99. That's a great deal on wine. And the High Noon 4-pack, that's like a pre-mix cocktail in a can, ready to go at Wine and Spirits. They'll take good care of you. And then the deal's up top, right? So that Tex-Mex skillet or breakfast burrito is fantastic, just $8. That's a savings of $4. Eat well there. Hy-Vee Chinese, all you can eat Hy-Vee Chinese, $6. Lunch or dinner. $6. Come in today, twice. I don't care. Come in for lunch and dinner. You don't even have to put a fake mustache on, because it's legit. You could just get. I told you yesterday. You could just get a plate of egg rolls. What about crab rangoon? Yes, I don't care. That's fine. You know what I had for lunch yesterday? All you can eat Hy-Vee Chinese. That's a great deal. Add a drink for $1. And if you're working third shift and you want to have a tenderloin sandwich when you get off at 6 or 7 a.m., stop by the Market Grill Express, hand-breaded tenderloin sandwich. Come on now. That's the real deal. $4 between 6 and 9 a.m. only. Dine in, add a beverage or a fountain drink. You're all set and ready to go. They'll take excellent care of you. I also mentioned today being Thursday, the 1st of August, you don't want to cook. You're already annoyed. I don't want to cook. You're busy. I understand. Thursday night steak dinner starting at 4 o'clock will take real good care of you, right? I mean, come in and bada bing, bada boom. 4 till 7, dine in, carry out, 8 ounce, $10, 12 ounce, $15, steak, potato, vegetable, not sure which kinds, but let's assume it's all fair game. Just come in between 4 to 7, they'll take care of you, I promise. You will have yourself a good time. And if you're like me, and the other day from my phone in my office, again, I work here, but from my phone in my office upstairs, I ordered lunch with the Market Grill Express app. I wanted to try it. It's a free app, so I downloaded it, linked up the old credit card, ordered from my phone. It's sweet. We're living in the future. Flying cars, no. Hoverboards, not yet. Ordering food from your phone all day. So we've got our priorities right. Market Grill app, download it, and the menu is brand new. The cheese curds are unreal. Great selection of salads, and order from your phone. We can bring it out to your car. Like, we've got those parking spots out there. Doesn't the Reuben look good? The salads look great. The Cobb salad, berry pecan, spinach salad. Good looking pictures right there. So download that app. It's free and easy to use, and you'll have yourselves a good time. All right, I think I just want to mention the Isles Online app as we get close to wrapping up here. I haven't checked to see what time it is. Okay, yeah, that feels good. So another free app for your phone, groceries, right? You're busy. Again, you got a lot going on, family. Even if you don't have the fam, you're just a busy person. And have a seat, please. Delmer Cooler is going to join us in a moment. Yeah, good. I love it. Isles Online app, download it, iPhone, Android device, shop in your socks. We can deliver your groceries. You can pick them up, whatever you need. It's great. Okay, well, he's here. He's got the mic in his hand. He's Delmer Coolers, the deli boss here at Muscatine Hy-Vee. Do you like that?
Love it.
Do you like deli manager? Sounds
Sure.
Professional.
It does.
Don't you like deli boss? Like you're the boss. Like an Italian, right?
I'm not Italian, but yeah, we'll go with it.
I got the cheese and the meats over here.
Yeah, that's good.
And sometimes I have the meat sweats. Okay, beer. Oh, look at that! Look at this. Is this what you're telling everybody
Yes,
you have going on here?
this is one of Rose's special today. She's gonna have over at the sandwich shop beer bratwurst and kraut. $2.79 each or 2 for $5. If you only
this
want
is
beer
awesome.
brats, we can do that. Kraut's Extra. She can put any fixings on there and make it even better. So you can check that out. She's also making some chicken fajitas and do some wraps.
Boy.
So
I'm going to tell you this right now. You and I already know this. Rose's chicken fajita wraps.
yes,
Now, you can go over to the sandwich shop. You can have literally any kind of sandwich you want, and she'll whip it together. It's unbelievable. I've been inclined to get the sweet Sicilian the last couple of times, but
that sounds Italian too.
that chicken fajita wrap is so good, buddy.
Yes.
And I love this idea called, you know what? The other day it was National Chili Dog Day,
Yep.
and you were slinging chili dogs, and they looked amazing.
She does a great job over there.
So today, friends, if you're looking for lunch, right, beer brat with kraut. Now, I would be a without kraut guy,
I would be too,
but you're tempting me with other toppings. I'm all
yeah.
in.
Put some jalapenos on there. and-
Bacon.
Sure.
Yeah.
Everything's better with bacon.
This is great, though. 2 for $5, quick and easy lunch. You got chips right over there as well.
You bet.
Do you have a personal favorite sandwich in the sandwich shop?
The chicken fajita wrap.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I also love that we just have like plates on the display with free samples, because there's so many people that come into Hy-Vee for lunch and they're like, I don't know what to eat because we have so much variety.
Right.
And they walk past Rose and she's just got all these samples and they're like, oh, wait a minute.
Yep. She'll put Reubens up there, and we'll just sell the heck out of Reubens that day, and she'll put something
Absolutely
else
fantastic.
up. So.
Yeah, she does a great job. Look at that. That's a pick of a brat. And an
There you go.
IPA.
Oh, there
It's
you
full
go.
Circle. It's
There you
IPA
go.
day, Delmer. It's National IPA Day. And as far as I'm concerned,
Every day is?
it's well, if you try hard enough,
Okay.
it's National Brat Day as well.
All right. It is now.
Now, have you ever thought about melting down an Ellsworth cheese curd and layering it on top of one of those brats?
Wow. Chef Tell here. I think you should go over there and help her out.
I would. Yeah. You think
Yeah.
I would get in the way? Look at just more pictures of meat and beer. It's
There
a
you
great
go.
combination.
I tell you.
Are you a kraut fan?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit goes a long way.
Listen, if I got this for lunch, and now I might have to, I didn't even
Yeah.
know about it. This is why we do the show, so you can do
Right.
this kind of thing. I would maybe do the 2 for $5 because I'm svelte, and I would get maybe one without kraut and one with all the kraut.
I thought you were going to get 2 for $5 and give one to me.
Oh, well,
I'm trying to
I
give
would
you options.
be happy to do that for you. You're putting me on the spot. So maybe lunch is on me today. All right.
Yes.
Well, listen, it's always
All
good
right.
to see you. Thank you for dropping in.
Yep.
I'm going to hang on to this
All right.
for a second.
Sure.
I'll give it back to you.
Perfect.
I probably
All right.
understand you need to display this.
Yes.
All right, good deal.
All
Delmer
right.
Coolers, everybody.
All right, thank
Good
you.
Walk on visit. Beer, brat, and kraut for lunch today. Doesn't that sound good? Yeah, I like that. That's the nature of the live show, baby. Coming on, coming in hot. DK. I always tell these guys and girls that work here, I'm like, come over to the show. We're moving the show soon, by the way. I should tell you that. The location is going to change for the broadcast of the Hy-Vee Today show as soon as they can make it happen inside the Market Grill Express. So nice, fresh perspective from inside the store. Market Grill Express is a full-service restaurant and bar inside your Muscatine Hy-Vee. There's a Market Grill Express Facebook page, brand new menu, and a lot of fun deals coming soon. A reintroduction. That's what we're calling it. A reintroduction. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is the Market Grill Express. And the week of August 19th, and I don't know if they planned this on the week that I'm going to be off or not, but that's how it's lining up. The week of August 19th, ridiculous deals pretty much every single day. An unbelievable opportunity if you're looking to raise money, like those fundraiser nights we're going to have it set up so that if you wanted to have a fundraiser night, you could potentially take up to 30% of the sales from an evening, which is more than anybody else in town does. So we already know that the food is excellent from the Market Grill Express. It's just about the reintroduction, if you'll have it. A good day. I'm the Market Grill Express. And everybody wears a monocle. No, they don't wear a monocle, but imagine if they did. Could I have the, Steve, can I have that 6-pack? I just want to mention the National IPA Day. Thank you, sir. You know, the Think Local, Drink Local movement is real. And we have so many people making beer in Iowa and Illinois. It's awesome. So this is one of them. And I'm not getting paid. I mean, I'm getting paid because I work at Hy-Vee, but Iowa Brewing Company is not lining my pockets or anything, but this is a good quality IPA made in Cedar Rapids and brought to a place like your Muscatine Hy-Vee. So you think about it, think local, drink local. You support something like a Zoinks IPA, and guess what? You're helping somebody whose job it is to make beer. So that's pretty cool. And what I like about the Iowa Brewing Company, they've got some good packaging, and it's all about what's inside, though, right? And their product is Very, very good. So you can pick up a 6-pack of your favorite IPA on the 1st of August. Look at that right there. That looks real good, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. They're great. They're just marvelous. All right. Well, I'm trying to think if I need to... Hi, Trish. Trish is on Facebook. Sue's on Facebook. Billy, Brandon. A lot of people tuning in. I'm trying to think if there's anything else on my notes. I don't think so. I think I covered everything. Come out and see us if you're watching. Again, 1st of August. Now, listen, even if you started the show at 7:30 p.m., you could still come out tonight before midnight and get the 24 packs of Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Diet Mountain Dew for just $5.99. That's a great savings. You could also continue celebrating. Everything's heavy today. IPA day. I will say that just for lunch today, though, so over the lunch hour starting at 11 a.m., look at this. I don't even need to be here. You could just hide me behind everything. Beer and a brat, $2.79 or 2 for $5. That's awesome. All right. Thank you very much to my new friend and the Lieutenant Greg Bach with the Salvation Army of Muscatine, new to town. Lieutenant Greg Bach and his wife, Lieutenant Elizabeth Liz Bach, have been in Muscatine with their 3 kids now for just over a month, 32, 33 days. They're doing a great job. They are the contacts at the Salvation Army. So if you need anything or know someone that does, and there's great people at the Salvation Army like Sissy and Mary and Eric Urington and all their volunteers and their crew. They're good people for sure. I know that as an advisory board member and the involvement that I've had over the years. So yes, it was great to talk to Lieutenant Bach for his first time on this Hy-Vee Today show. We'll definitely have him back on. Seems like he accepted my challenge of ringing the bell, the Battle of the Bells during the Red Kettle campaign. We'll ring the bells for 12 hours again. So look for that coming up soon. That was a lot of fun. We did that last year, and it seems like Lieutenant is up for a good challenge because, again, it ultimately serves the greater good, helps the Salvation Army to help people and continue doing the most good. So we appreciate his time, and I appreciate all of you that watch. Listen, just yesterday, Wednesday, I'm minding my own business. I'm here bagging groceries, and nice lady says, I watch your show. I like it. And I said, thank you. And she said, my son and my husband kind of give me a hard time. And I said, you know, I understand. It's a talk show in a grocery store. It's weird. Like, we're the only one of our kind, right? So, but I appreciate what she said. She said, it's informative and you make me laugh. And I was like, I said, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. And then another nice lady was here with her daughter and said she watches us all the time. So thank you for that. Sometimes I don't know what to say, so I try and just say thank you very much because I forget that we do this, right? I mean, this happens and then it's over and then it's helping people in the store. So when people say that, it sometimes goes me off guard. So I appreciate however you find it. The show doesn't book itself, right? So if you know someone doing something good, bring them here. Tomorrow, good point, our friend Chief, oh boy, he's going to yell at me. Chief Kerry Kinmouth with the West Liberty Police Department. I just talked to Lieutenant Greg Bach. Chief Kerry Kinmouth, West Liberty Police Department, back on the show tomorrow. Looking forward to talking to him. But if you're watching, and if it's you, what about if it's you? You have something going on, church, I don't know, fundraiser, charity drive, benefit, and you want it to be known. If you got a flyer for something, this is essentially a talking flyer, right? So if there's something happening across Muscatine County, bring it to us and we'll inform everybody of what's happening, okay? Hy-Vee@gmail.com. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust. Thanks to Toyota Muscatine and team staffing. I look at my notes again. I feel good. We've accomplished everything, and I will see y'all tomorrow live at 8:30. Maybe Brian Mueller will drop by the show tomorrow. If I was Brian Mueller tomorrow at 9, what I would do is bring over some of them Colorado peaches, Brian. Put him on the hot seat as he walks past. We almost need a camera that's like a GoPro on my head so you can see when I'm seeing all these folks walking around. So you don't think I'm just talking to myself. Or I don't know, there's Candy right there. Got her. Boom, right in the background. All right, we'll see you soon. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet. We're hunting rabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton.
Yeah, man.
This Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.